What's up, guys? We are back with another episode of Revealed. This week we're going to follow up with the Beacon Hill kitchen that we discussed last week. We've made a lot of progress on that. I'm excited to show you. But first, just wanted to start off by saying thank you so much for all the comments and the feedback on the last video. It's feedback like that that is really going to help shape this show and get you guys the answers you're looking for. So please continue to send in those comments and let us know what you think and any questions that you might have. So moving into that Beacon Hill kitchen. So here we have what's going to be the island. Now there's about 12 inches of overhang all around both sides as well as the back. And we're going to have a steel U-shaped leg that comes across here. We'll fabricate those once we have everything installed, everything leveled off, and we'll make a template to send over to the steel fabricator so that all of our cabinetry is nice and level and we're not dealing with any of the imperfections from the floor. It is a very old building. So you can see here, our island has an end panel on both sides, and it also returns around with one large panel on the back side there. There's also a steel structural column from the building that will end up running through this island. So you can see these two kind of grooves here and this mitered piece. So we mitered it obviously for our front panel, so when you see in here there's no seam. But these dadoed out spots here are actually for the rivets on the I-beam, so that when we're in the field we're not having to try to notch or scribe around them, and we can still get close without them interfering with our panel and leaving our 1¼ inch filler intact. And this would be the same on this side as well, because right here we actually have the washer and dryer. It's a combo unit, and the homeowner actually used this in the last kitchen that we did for them, and she really liked it, so we're going with the upgraded model or updated model here in this one. So we got a standard 3-drawer bank and the door with a drawer above. Now let me take you over to the main kitchen. So here is our kitchen. Now, this is just a quick mock-up, so obviously our heights are off and the gaps aren't exactly where they're supposed to be. So to give you guys a basic idea, this portion here, the range wall, we'll have a speed oven going in here and a cooktop up top there. 3-drawer bank, drawer underneath, and just a doored cabinet with a drawer that would be for tray storage and what have you there. So up top here, I talked to you guys about this last week. It's just a pull out hood. It's nice, it tucks away so it's not in your face when not in use. Just pull that open here. Gives you a little bit of a splatter screen as well as access to the actual vent. And inside this cabinet, and it is going to be recirculating, so we will add a filler here with a shelf above so that they can store any additional items that they would require there. I showed you guys this column wrap last week, but it was not anywhere even near the kitchen. Hopefully this clarifies some of the confusion with what that was. And then just a quick mock-up of how our crown detail will look. Now the crown will come all the way across our cabinet here, butt into this one. Our crown here on this cabinet will come down and butt into this cabinet. Same here, it will all be on the same plane when all is said and done, which would actually be this line here, since our cabinet does sit on the countertop. This here is our sink wall. Again, our crown runs across, dying into our column wrap, as well as the wall that's adjacent here. Over here we have this panel, which has a wall on the other side, and a magic corner, a Le Mans corner. The Le Mans unit's not in yet. We'll wait to put our hardware in, but we have all of our doors hung and ready to go. Now over here, we have our refrigeration area. Again, there's no full-size refrigerator in this unit. She actually just has under-the-counter appliances, so we have the refrigerator and the freezer. Now, unfortunately, when I was breaking down my drawer sizes, I got a little bit of inchitis and actually added an inch to the bottom side, or the bottom panels here, making them an inch too long. As you can kind of see the difference here and here. So I'll have to go back and make some new doors for that. Not the great end of the day. Not the greatest end to the day, but nothing we can't fix. And up here, these are actually going to be 2 bifolding doors. So we'll have some sauce hinges here in the middle that we need to add in. And also on the sides, the door will fold over and rest against a wall that's actually here. This space here is just for the table to hold up our pantry cabinet. One of the questions that we get asked often is, what's with this white line on all your cabinets? So what that actually is primer. And the reason that we're priming these is due to expansion and contraction. Now, you might have noticed that in the summer, the wood panels can swell and cause these gaps to shrink up, possibly making it difficult for your doors to open, causing any binding issues. Now, the opposite can happen in the winter, where these pieces will shrink, causing your gaps to open up a little bit. And with that shrinking comes this panel here could actually be exposed. And if you have just a raw MDF, you may see an exposed line coming through here. Now, those are only really in extreme cases, but this is another reason why using a very flexible finish is key. So what we go ahead and do to prevent any of that is we actually pre-prime the edges of our panels with a color matched primer to what the end cabinet color is going to be. So there you have the latest update on the Beacon Hill kitchen. As I said before, if you guys have any more questions or feedback, please drop them in the comments below. It will help shape this show, and thanks for watching.